I'm here to represent Ericsson today. We are a world-leading telecommunications firm, and we have 150 years of engineering experience behind us, navigating many different technology shifts and changes through that. We started off as a manufacturing plant in Athlone in the centre of Ireland, so in the 1970s, and we navigated our way to become a software campus over the years. So I think in 1987 we had 5 software developers, these exotic breed, this new breed among all these manufacturing people. And now we have a software campus in Athlone of 1,300 people. So that wasn't achieved without a lot of blood, sweat and tears along the way. We all have the scars of that. It wasn't achieved without outstanding support from government agencies, foreign direct investment grants. It wasn't achieved without support from third level and second level, and would you believe, even primary schools. So as we try to encourage girls, particularly into the ICT sector, we find that that's the time you hook them. It's actually in primary school. Another thing that we lean in very heavily is our position at the centre of an Irish ecosystem. So when the great and the good come to Ericsson, the executives come and we talk about new assignments, we lean in heavily to our position at the centre of an Irish ecosystem of companies, that we're stronger, that it's not just, skin deep. Essentially, we are stronger as a collective. And one of those assignments that we received in 2018 was to set up a specialist open source development arm called Ericsson Software Technology. So we exist as a company within a group of companies in Ericsson, and we specialize in open source development. So we have about 50 developers active in Athlone, working exclusively in open source and helping Ericsson to get better outcomes out of open source. Now, bit of a level set, I guess, for the audience. Why would we want to do that? Why would we have a specialist arm around open source? I think the first point many people are aware of, that all of the key technologies, many of them from the past and all of the ones in the present, are open source. And if you want to compete, you better be involved in and using them. So time to market is critical. But the grey ones maybe a little bit less known by people. So open source sets standards. It sets de facto standards, and it does it very quickly. In fact, it does it quicker than traditional standards groups. We like standards. Standards reduce fragmentation, makes it easier for industry. So we look positively on that. Open source is a great place to demonstrate your technology leadership. So if you want to show things, demonstrate things, doing that in the open and being involved in some of these communities is a great way. When we make investment decisions around technologies, particularly, you're trying to understand, is this the right technology for us? Is it in decline? Is it growing? Is there something else? And having people actually in those technologies, working in those fields, helps us make better decisions. So it actually saves us money. Engineers love open source, so it's a great way to retain people and attract people. And as Claire said, increasing trust in what you're doing with openness is part of the strategy as well. Now, if I was to do something sacrilegious and remove the Ericsson symbol from the top of my slide, I feel I could put a harp for Ireland up in the top corner there, and all of those reasons would hold. And the same if I was to put the 12 stars of Europe up in the top corner. So whether you're representing a corporate like I am, or whether you're looking at a country, or whether you're looking at a whole continent, I think these reasons are very strong. And, when, I'm the head of a company, we're an R&D company, sometimes you have to take your head up out of the water and say, how do we actually get better at what we're doing? And to get better, maybe it's good to understand what you're dealing with, what you're looking at, what you're trying to improve. So at the top, as I said, all of these foundational technologies are open source. So let's pick the one that's in vogue, contractually obliged to talk about AI. So I will say, if you want to train a model, you're using open source. If you want to improve the performance of your model, if you want to deploy the model into your product, and if you want the model to talk, your model to talk to someone else's model, and combine a piece of business logic, you're using open source. And then underneath that is this kind of slightly muddier, murkier, open collaboration ecosystem that everybody was like, don't really understand that too much. I would say where it starts is with a history. So there is a history there. There's a set of beliefs there that people had and have around collaboration, around digital rights, around software freedom. And then that informed the open source movement. And then out of that comes this collaborative way of working, and also the legal and licensing framework. And outside that, then you have businesses interacting with it, sometimes well, sometimes not so well. And on top of that, then you have multiplicity. So you just have lots of different people with lots of different approaches, and you get a certain kind of randomness. And then pushing underneath that, then there are these currents. So I'm not going to go into them in detail in the keynote. We'll save it for the panel. But obviously geopolitical, regulation is clear related, and AI are all going to have effects on these technologies and these methodologies as well. So back to the question of how we get better. You either use AI to say something succinctly, or you fall back in a quote. I'm old-fashioned, so I'm going to use a quote. So why are we sponsoring today, and what message are we trying to seed? Let's get to it. What we want to do is, it's a really simple message. This is what my job is in Ericsson. So I have things that I have to deliver day to day. But if I step back and look at the macro, what I'm trying to do is grow this capability. And the reason I'm doing that is, if you want to affect the things above the line, those technologies, you have to have people that can impact and work in the things below the line. And that's what we have realized. That's what we have been trying to do over these last 6 years, to develop that capability and increase the amount of people that we have and increase their skill sets. So we are a sponsor, yes. And at the back, we have a stand. And I'm not going to try and sell you a 5G base station or anything, but if you want one, I can have a truck around here in 5 minutes. Instead, what we thought was better to bring along some of our developers and have them talk to you and share their experiences and get the opportunity to learn other people's experiences. So I'd encourage you to go and just chat to our people. And I can see they're mingling with all the other people at the back as well. So that's really good. So thank you for the opportunity to speak. And yeah, let's think about maybe growing open source developers. Thank you.